What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Dead Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Joining me today are my co-hosts, Dylan and Bree. Today, got something we want to jump into right away. We have all watched the new Avengers trailer, Avengers Endgame. This will be the last Avengers movie. This is it. This is what it's all been built up to ever since Iron Man 1. This is it. We're finally here. So,
I think they're ending it too soon.
well, I mean, obviously, it feels like
It's
it.
sad. I love
They're
how
not ending
they
like individual Marvel movies, but the Avengers.
hit us with the feels with the fucking beginning title just like evaporating.
Yeah. Well, and then you also have like the whole thing starting out with Tony Stark talking about the fact that he ran out of food and water 4 days ago, and he's running out of oxygen the next day,
Right.
and then he's gonna die.
It's like I'll think about you when I go to sleep. Oh
It's
my
all
god.
feels, and then Scotland.
And then at the end.
So that's something that we were talking about before the cameras actually started rolling. I would actually like to dive into that a little bit. So Dylan, why Scott Lang?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Hank Pym version of
Ant-Man?
Ant-Man. I mean, Hank Pym is in the Ant-Man movies, but he's not.
Right. They just skipped forward to where he gets his suit sold.
Yeah.
Right. Where
Yeah.
he stops becoming Ant-Man.
I
He
just
comes
like
back
Scott
as the
Lang's
Yellow
personality
Jacket.
better. Yeah, I like Scott Lang's personality better.
I'm actually a fan of Hank Pym. I was absolutely upset that they didn't go the Hank Pym route and they went straight to Scott Lang. I have zero issues with Paul Rudd. I like Paul Rudd.
In the second Ant-Man movie, definitely got to see Hank Pym in the original Ant-Man suit.
Oh.
In the flashback, so that was a bit nostalgia.
Actually,
Along with
since we're talking about suits, it's something that I've said on the podcast, and I have to correct myself. There was a movie that I watched one time out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and technically it's not even part of the MCU. It's the X-Men movies. There's a movie that I watched one time in theaters, and I've said 1,000 times over and over again that I hate the fact that we did not get to see Wolverine don the old yellow and blue
dude,
and black at least once. Now, he didn't don it, but we did see it. I don't know if you saw it. You didn't see it?
No, I saw it. I know
Okay.
what you're talking about.
It's at the end of the Logan movie where he does the whole thing in Japan. So not Logan, but the Wolverine, where he does the whole Japan thing. And it's whenever they're on the flight back. She goes, "What's next for you?" He goes, "I don't know. I guess wherever we land is where we land." She goes, "Well, we have a job." And he's like, "What's that?" And she goes, "They left a gift for you." And there's a suitcase. And he opens it up. And he holds the leather yellow and black mask in his hands. And he looks at her and he goes, "Well, I guess then we have a job to do, don't we?" Or some shit like that. And I did not know that existed. I was talking to a buddy at work, and he's like, "No, they actually did fucking do a playback to it, I think." And he fucking showed me that on his phone. And I
That's
was
not
like,
enough
"Oh my
though. You need to
god!"
put it on.
Oh, for sure. I would love to see that once, but
God.
unfortunately, Hugh Jackman has retired Wolverine, which is hilarious to me, by the
So
way.
sad.
Being someone who follows both Hugh Jackman, or I'm sorry, should say all three. Someone who follows Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, and Rob Liefeld on Twitter, they are hardcore trying to convince him to fucking get in a Wolverine Deadpool crossover movie. Hard
Oh, dude, that would be
fucking
hilarious.
core, dude. They have
Oh,
petitioned
dude.
him. Ryan Reynolds has made videos. Ryan Reynolds even went as far as meeting Hugh Jackman at his favorite coffee joint in the morning to try to pitch him a fucking script on fucking Deadpool v Wolverine. Like, and then he came out and
They're
was
just
like,
playing a game, Chris. Like they're getting the audience into
I don't
it.
know.
I'm pretty sure
I don't know.
he's gonna do it.
Hugh Jackman is very big on the. I mean, he even went on a talk show and was like, "I have retired the claws, and I don't plan on bringing them back." Um, Ryan Reynolds, or I'm sorry, then Hugh Jackman posted like a thing saying that it's something that the fans probably wouldn't actually even like, and then Rob Liefeld said, "Fans, if you actually would like this, I'm going to make an illustration of Deadpool versus Wolverine, and let's try to make sure Hugh Jackman sees it." So he made like a whole fucking comic book cover of Wolverine versus Deadpool, posted it up there. Fucking people went crazy all over it, so that way Hugh Jackman would see it. Everybody was tagging Hugh Jackman in it, and then Hugh Jackman replied back to that saying, "Sorry, but like I said, the claws have been retired." And then Ryan Reynolds replied back to that saying, "Well, it looks like Hugh Jackman got over his allergy to selfish."
Oh.
I thought that was pretty fucking funny. Ryan Reynolds cracks me up, dude. He's fucking great.
Oh, dude.
I would love to see it. It would be fucking phenomenal. Like, fucking, first off, their back and forth is amazing. Because they've constantly have made fun of each other in each other's movies. Constantly. And made fun of each other in each other's movies, which we've seen as well. Like, where fucking Ryan Reynolds gets blasted through the fucking second story window of the mutant school by Fire Fist, and he gets up and he sees the fucking box, and it has Wolverine on the cover as the fucking the cereal box, and he signs his actual name on it versus signing Deadpool. He signs Ryan Reynolds with a smiley face over Hugh Jackman's face. That was pretty good. Doing the fucking Ryan Reynolds sexiest man alive as the comic, or as the magazine in the movie, but then actually fucking stapling fucking Hugh Jackman's face over his face underneath his mask at the end of the fucking first Deadpool movie. But they've done it back and forth. One of my favorites was when Logan's posters came out. There was Wolverine's hand with his claws out, and then Deadpool fucking photoshopped a little Deadpool baby hand with the Deadpool sleeve holding, because it was supposed to be X-23's child hand holding Logan's hand, and he had like little Deadpool sleeve from the outfit, so it looked like a little baby Deadpool hand holding Logan's hand. And then fucking what was it? Oh, and then fucking Hugh Jackman photoshopped his where it was Wolverine, and it had the claw doing the middle finger, and it had Deadpool with his legs spread sitting on top of the fucking claw, and he said that back to Ryan Reynolds. It's so good.
I mean, like, they can't pick anyone else to replace him. He's so good. He fits that role so well.
Yeah, he does.
It's gonna be hard to see the next person. Like, the people that have to fill those shoes next or want to fill those shoes have to be fucking scared as hell.
Oh yeah, they have to be dead fucking on for sure. I mean,
going back to a bit of like Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds schemes. Have y'all heard about Deadpool actually paying a whole bunch of different movie franchises to put him, Deadpool, on the cover of all their DVD cases?
So he didn't pay. It was part of
Oh,
the
he didn't
actual.
pay?
It was part of the actual promotion, and it's only Fox movies. But yes, there is like 20 movies out
Yeah.
there where, and it's not necessarily the cover. I mean, it is the cover, but basically they just did the whole where they slide it in the cardboard box cover, and the cardboard box cover is Deadpool, but the actual when you pull the DVD out, it's the actual cover of the movie. It was like Planet of the Apes, Mars, fucking X-Men Apocalypse. I mean, and that one was my favorite, was the X-Men Apocalypse one, because it was Deadpool, or not the Apocalypse one, but it's like the X-Men movie, and it shows like everybody, but they're all wearing Deadpool masks. So it's like there's Professor Xavier, but he's got a Deadpool mask on, Colossus, but he's got a Deadpool mask on. Like, it was fucking hilarious. So yeah, I mean, they do marketing for those movies fucking fantastic, by the way.
X-Men Dark Phoenix coming out next year.
Yeah, fucking I think I
Let's
can't
hope they
remember
don't
the actual
fuck up
date.
the reboot.
I can't remember the
Everyone
actual
let 'em
date.
slide with
Go ahead.
Everyone let them slide with the whole Day of the Future Past reboot, and let's hope they don't fuck it
I
up
mean,
again.
It was something that had to happen though.
I don't remember who's playing it. Oh, right.
Who's playing what?
Sansa. So Sansa's the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Sansa's playing Jean Grey.
Yep.
Oh my lord!
It's gonna be good. I'm excited. It's gonna be
I
good.
seen the trailer.
Weren't some people talking shit about it,
really
though?
Good.
No, not that I know of. I mean, a lot of people said Apocalypse wasn't great. A lot of people didn't like Apocalypse. I loved Apocalypse. I thought it was good. That was a good movie.
Apocalypse was pretty decent.
But what was it? What was I about to say? Oh, and then it's either fucking December or fucking January or something like that. Fucking Deadpool 2, the PG-13 version, is coming to theaters.
No one gives a fuck.
Apparently,
Hold on, they actually have a PG.
yes, they made a PG-13 version. Apparently, there's parts in that movie that did not, or that weren't in the rated R version, to make people who actually want to see PG-13 but don't want to fucking go all the way out to go see it, even though they've already seen rated R, to like give them something new to watch. There's this one commercial that's out right now, the scene that definitely wasn't in the movie, where it shows like this old couple sitting on a bench, and the old man has like 50 balloons in his hand. He's just holding them, and Deadpool comes and sits down. He's got like his mask on, but he's got like a flannel shirt over his fucking outfit, and he's got like a fucking gun cocked in his hand. And he sits down, and he's like, "Oh my God, I loved you in Up." And then the old lady just stares at him, and he leans over to the old man, and he goes, "Don't get too attached." And then he gets up and walks away. I was like, that's pretty fucking great. He's like, "Oh my God, I loved you in Up." That was so fucking good.
They do some funny things, like side things. I like it.
Yeah.
You're
best
gonna go
part-
to the. You're
Oh,
gonna
for
go to
sure.
it, aren't you?
For sure, 100%. I have to.
Yeah.
I have to.
I can't. Yeah, I can't.
I have to. And like they have Fred Savage in it, and like they do a whole thing where like the beginning of it is like Deadpool's just telling him a story, so it's like supposed to be a bedtime story. So Fred Savage is laying in bed, and all of a sudden Deadpool starts talking. Fred Savage wakes up and says, "What the hell are you doing here?" And he's like, "Well, me and you, we have work to do." And then Fred Savage is like, "Why would I even help you?" He's like, "Because you're not gonna get up if you don't." He's like, "What do you mean?" And then like he fucking takes the cover off, and he's like fucking duct taped Fred Savage down to his fucking bed. And it's like, God damn it. And then at the very end of it, Fred Savage is like, "Well, I mean, no one needs this movie." And Deadpool's like, "Everybody needs this movie." He's like, "Yeah, but I mean, it's not good. It's like listening to Nickelback. Like, it's rock music, but it's not good rock music." And then he's like, "What are you talking about? We are part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe." He goes, "Yeah, you're a Marvel movie, but you're not part of the good Marvel movies." And Deadpool's like, "I liked you better when you were a child." And starts yelling at him. It's fucking hilarious. Oh man, it's fucking hilarious. I will say, I mean, and this obviously is going to be a biased opinion, but I definitely think that Deadpool, the movies Deadpool 1 and 2 were definitely the best things that Fox has ever done as far as for the Marvel movies are concerned.
Oh, but X-Men was really good.
I did not like X-Men.
The first one?
I did not. I'm sorry. I mean, it was good for its time. Obviously, Deadpool is way newer, so it's got better graphics and shit like that, but I was never like a big X-Men fan. Which is really funny for me to say. Like, I was always a bigger Avengers fan. It's really funny for me to say that I'm not a big X-Men fan, solely for the fact that, like, Deadpool is from the X-Men universe, even though he crosses over into the Avengers all the time. But this has been said, and it was rumored by the Russo brothers, who were the directors of the Infinity Wars, that Deadpool and the X-Men might be joining the MCU sooner than people think. So they actually think that there's going to be an end-scene credit at the end of the Avengers that's going to have Deadpool and the X-Men in it. That would be so fucking
A
cool,
true
dude.
Civil War?
Dude, that would be fucking. They're not gonna go back and do an actual Civil War remake. That's just not
Oh
gonna
no, I'm
happen.
talking about like Avengers.
But imagine like everybody seeing the Endgame title, everybody knowing this is the last Avengers movie. They beat Thanos, and then at the end, it's like fucking Colossus shows up because Colossus was done by Fox, and it's like the Avengers actually continues. But it's an Avengers and X-Men team up. That would be fucking nutty, bro. Because that would be perfect. Colossus is owned by Fox, and now it's owned by Disney. So just like fucking, it's like we just took care of Thanos. Everybody's fucking back to life. The whole team back. The world's at peace, and then bam, you just see the shadow of Colossus in the fucking background, and everybody just looks up. Oh my god, dude, that would be so sick. And then fucking Deadpool show up
Disney
out of nowhere.
Everything. Like,
Not yet.
it's
Not yet.
great.
They're getting there. Well, I'm talking Marvel-wise. They're getting there. They don't own everything yet. I mean, they don't own the Spider-Verse outright, technically. And
What
they
happened
also
to
don't
the
own
part
Swamp
where
Thing.
I like learned that you can't have a monopoly? Like,
Right.
No, see, there's a loophole to that. There, Disney, if monopolizing companies was legal, Disney would already have everything.
True.
There's you cannot buy out a certain amount of companies within a certain amount of years.
Yeah, there's like
Right.
different fucking like laws and shit and loopholes for them to jump through
Yeah,
for
like,
sure.
let's say
Because as much
I don't
as-
know how it is.
As much as we're looking at Fox being like a powerhouse and being bought out by Disney, you also got to remember the other side of that board is Warner Bros. And there's no way Disney's buying out Warner Bros. That shit's not happening. Like,
No,
it's
Warner
just
Bros.
physically
I
not
don't
gonna
even
happen.
know what Warner Bros. Makes anymore.
DC
Looney
movies.
Tunes.
They do the DC movies.
Oh, come on now.
Looney
I'm-
Tunes.
I'm not saying they're good. I'm just saying they do the DC movies. I mean, Wonder
I
Woman
don't
aside, but once
when
again,
I hear Warner Brothers, I don't think DC movies. I think Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes. Yeah.
The Brain.
actually, so since we're on this is actually a big thing that's been coming up soon.
Or was Pinky and the Brain Warner Brothers?
Yeah, sure, maybe, I don't know, but yes, Pinky and the Brain. Since we're on the subject of Warner Bros., This is something that I kind of wanted to do on a review show. Maybe we will. Maybe down the road. So Netflix. I've been seeing this on my Twitter feed like crazy of people fucking boo-hooing and sobbing over the fact that Iron Fist got canceled, over the fact that Luke Cage got canceled, over the fact that Jessica Jones got canceled, over the fact that the Defenders got canceled, and now finally we've come down to the last two.
Wait, the Legendary Defenders?
The Defenders was
What?
never gonna
No,
win
you're
those seasons
thinking
anyway.
of Legends of Tomorrow, Bree.
Yes. They didn't
That's-
cancel that?
That's DC,
Oh
not
my-
Marvel.
Oh, God. Okay,
We're talking
okay, good.
Marvel. But
Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. Go
But
on.
You're not safe. I'll get to that in a second. Anyways, so then it came down to the last two, Daredevil and Punisher. There's been no word on Punisher yet, but there's no way that they're not going to cancel Punisher. But Daredevil has officially been canceled, even though it was the best. Daredevil was fucking good. It really sucks that that's gone. A lot of people were like, "Oh my god, it took me by surprise." There was this one article that fucking Rob Liefeld had fucking shown people that this dude had made that's been in the streaming business for a while, and he like broke it down so everybody could understand exactly why it makes
Daredevil
no
was
sense.
the first one as well, the first Netflix original.
First Netflix original Marvel TV show. I thought you were saying it's the first Marvel TV show because
Yeah.
that's not right. That would be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But yeah, it's the first Netflix one, yes. So,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. definitely the first Marvel. Which
like
is
live
pretty
action
good.
one, yes.
They must have not been doing good.
So, well, this is what happened. So, Iron Fist was terrible.
Oh,
except
yeah.
for people who loved Iron Fist, you could still get some love from it. Like if they made a live action Deadpool TV show and it was terrible, I could sit here and be like, yeah, it was bad, but I would still have love for it because it was Deadpool.
I love Iron Fist. I hated the show, but I still watched it.
Yeah, exactly. You would still watch it because it's your favorite character. So,
Yeah, I hated the show, but I still watched it.
so reasons on why, as far as them being canceled. So the amount of money it takes to get the cast and all this other shit like that and keep this cast, because you got to remember, Disney has now cut itself from all ties. That it's bought all of its property, so therefore, like, Universal is going to lose their rights to the Incredible Hulk. That's going to happen coming up soon. So I don't know if that's going to get rid of the Incredible Hulk roller coaster and the Universal theme park and shit like that, comic book land. I don't know what's going to happen to all that, but they're about to lose their rights to that. Disney is cutting everybody the fuck off, which they should. It's their property now. So they're getting rid of all these ties. They made the fucking plans with Sony. They're slowly getting the Spider-Verse back. And I've heard that they're even going to go after Swamp Thing here soon, which they need to do. I don't know why they haven't yet. We haven't gotten a fucking Swamp Thing movie since like the fucking
So
60s.
Because it's Swamp Thing.
And that movie was really good.
Yeah, I mean, for an older fucking movie, they bring that. I mean, it's a Marvel title. It's a Marvel title. Like, Swamp Thing is a Marvel character.
I mean, he even fought fucking a wolf thingy.
See, Dylan, this is why I like having you on the podcast. I have someone who knows what the fuck I'm talking about. It's fucking great. Anyways, so like
What's the name of the goddamn wolf?
Yeah, me.
if it would have been like Kelsey and Brandon, and I would have brought up Swamp Thing, like they might have known who Swamp Thing is, but they would have never known that was a fucking Marvel thing. And I'm probably saying this,
Yeah,
and Brandon probably, if he watches this, will be like, "You motherfucker, I know who Swamp Thing is."
Of course,
maybe.
Brandon knows what Swamp
Yeah,
Thing
Brandon-
is.
Brandon-
It's the weirdest thing that I've fucking heard. in
Brandon
the whole
Brandon
podcast.
usually knows what I'm talking about when it comes to comics too, but I know for a fact Dylan read fucking comics like hardcore, like I did growing up. So like we in the same boat, and I like that. Anyways,
I knew exactly what Swamp Thing was when I saw the first movie of it. It was
so going back to what I was saying, so they're also cutting their ties with Netflix because Disney wants to do their own streaming service, which means that you'll get all the Marvel movies on there. You'll be able to get all the Marvel TV shows, not the Netflix original, so basically Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and shit like that. All the Marvel titles will be on Disney's own streaming service. Everybody's doing their own shit.
I actually have the DC Universe service on my phone. It's actually pretty good.
Well, that's probably going to end up going away as well. So
It literally just came out. And it's done by Disney.
Well, it should be done. I don't know how it's done by Disney if it's DC. Disney doesn't own DC. Anyways, Warner Bros. Owns DC. Regardless, that's where I was getting to, is that Warner Bros. Is also about to be making their own streaming service. So obviously Legends of Tomorrow will be gone from Netflix and will be on Warner Bros. Own streaming service when that happens because they own DC properties. And Warner Bros. Legends of Tomorrow is not a Netflix original, so therefore it won't be canceled. It will just be moved.
Netflix is going to be losing Flash,
Arrow, all that.
Flash?
Yep.
Constantine, because they're thinking
they won't be canceled because once again they are not Netflix originals. They will be moved because they are DC properties.
Once Constantine's going to be getting taken off of Netflix as well because Warner Brothers plans on making another season for it.
Oh yeah, for sure, and that's a DC character as well.
He plays a part in Legends of Tomorrow, a big part.
Well, he is a DC character.
God, the Legends of Tomorrow are so good. Like that is a great show. Like really good.
Supergirl, all that shit will be gone. So
Supergirl's pretty good too.
So where all this ties in, and this is what's interesting, is that like it's really, I mean, Netflix is betting, and that nobody really saw it coming too much. We kind of knew that something was probably going to happen sooner or later because Netflix has been the fucking titan in the industry when it comes to streaming. Like they had Hulu as a competitor, but Netflix has kind of been fucking killing it for sure.
Because unlike Hulu, Netflix doesn't make you pay a whole $10 more just to get special things. It's like, oh, you're paying $10, you get everything we put on Netflix.
I thought I would have thought they would have started declining though with all their Netflix originals they've been pushing on us.
Well, see, that's where it comes in. So everybody was like, oh my God, Netflix is blowing. Actually, this is where Netflix is kind of smart. Because Netflix blew a shit ton of money on all their originals. Everybody's like, oh my, I was even one of them that was like, they're probably going to be one of those companies that's going to be bye-bye coming up soon with how much money they blew on these fucking originals. But they had to. Netflix is losing properties left and fucking right. Left and fucking right.
Properties?
As far as real estate into these shows. They just paid, I think it was $10 million or $100 or wait, no. Maybe it was $1 million. Hold on. I want to look up these numbers so that way I'm not wrong. So Netflix literally paid $100 million to be able to keep. Yeah, this is a $70 million increase. $100 million just to be able to keep Friends for another year.
God, Friends is a good show.
Friends is a great show.
A lot of people watch that though.
But pay that much just to keep
and
it.
There
yes,
is
a really good show.
They probably do that for The Office too.
No, I don't think they've had to pay hardly too much for The Office. I don't know. I mean, it is crazy because The Office is easily. I'm pretty sure like that a number actually came out. What is the? I wonder if that's actually out there. Let's see here. What is
if The Office came out at the same time Friends did, it would be right up there with Friends.
Netflix.
And like humor and like popularity.
Dude, if The Office is the most watched show on the Netflix or on Netflix, like fucking, I kid you not, like fucking, it's because of me and Joey.
It's true. Very true.
Yeah, it doesn't have like a list like that. Anyways. But $100 million to keep fucking Friends on Netflix is fucking crazy. And they do not have any whatsoever guarantee that they'll be able to redo a contract after 2019. Because 2019 is going to be going as well with wherever it goes. I don't remember how much.
I mean, there's no way they don't make more than $100 million off of that video then.
I mean, it was like a big fan uproar. Fans didn't want that to go.
I mean, Friends is the type of show that people who watched it when it came out growing up and they have Netflix now are going to want to rewatch it a lot because really good show. It was out. I didn't start watching, even though Friends was a fucking TV show until 10 years ago when I was 17, 16?
It's Warner Brother Media, and Warner Brother Media.
You can watch it a few times for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's a great show. I mean, it's long, so watching it a few times is kind of taxing if that's like not. I mean, basically, you would have to not have a show in your rewatch slot. Like right now, my rewatch slot is The Office. So anytime like I fucking finish a show, I go and watch The Office. And I always do this. There's two ways I watch The Office. One, I'll watch The Office completely through, and then I'll move on to another show. And then once I finish that show, I'll come back and I'll watch The Office up to the point where Michael Scott leaves the show. And then I'll go watch another show, and then I'll watch it all the way through again. And then I'll watch show, and then I'll watch it up to the point Michael Scott leaves again. Like
How many times have you watched it, Chris?
I probably have seen The Office from start to finish probably like in the fucking 200s of times. Like I watch that show nonstop constantly. It's great.
That is crazy.
It's a fucking phenomenal show, and I know.
Think about what you could do with your life without doing that.
But you got to remember though, once again, I've watched the show so many times that it's background noise at this point. So like while I'm in the middle of doing something, I can put the show on, and I don't have to physically look at it. I can just hear the dialogue, and I can replay the scenes in my head without actually having to look at it. So I can work on other shit while that's going because that's how many times I've seen the show.
I'm pretty sure Chris is the type of person that if The Office was ever to get removed from all types of streaming,
Oh, I'd be
permanently,
outraged for sure.
he would jump out a one-story window.
I would be outraged for sure.
I say one story because he would be so gunfounded that it happened that he couldn't think straight and think that it was.
Wait, did you say gunfounded?
Yeah, I said gunfounded.
Gunfounded or dumbfounded?
Dumbfounded. I'm a redneck.
But I mean, that's a lot of money to throw towards just fucking Friends. Like, I mean, it's a great show. It's a great show. It's worth it. But it just sucks to know that like there's absolutely zero chance of them having a contract and to keeping it for 2020. They literally just
that's
threw
a lot of money for
$100
1
million
year.
for 1 year.
That's a lot of money for 1 year.
But they did it for the fans, so that's kind of nice. It's nice that Netflix cares about you, people who watch
They
Netflix.
didn't just
You're
do
gonna
it
be
for
the
the
reason
fans.
Netflix
It was
does that
because of
thing
the fan
for-
uproar that it was going to be leaving is why they chose to pay that much
They
money. to keep
do it for
another year.
retention.
Oh, for sure, obviously. But I mean, once again, the retention is the people who are the fans who were upset that they was going to be leaving. So
What, Dylan?
So the fans are the reason Netflix is going to go out of business. Pay this much to show.
I don't know about that. But anyway, so that's what I was trying to say earlier is that the reason why they did all these Netflix originals is because if everything gets stripped away from Netflix, let's say The Office leaves, Friends leave, The Marvel leaves, the DC leaves, what is left? What is left?
They're Netflix originals.
Exactly. Netflix has to give you a reason to understand why Netflix is one separated and two to continue to keep your Netflix account. I, for one, am a fan of a lot of Netflix originals. Master of None, fucking fantastic show. Ranch, easily my number one fucking Netflix original. The fucking show's amazing. I mean, I'm not sure about fucking part 6 yet that just came out because of the fucking bullshit in part 5. I won't say anything because of fucking hashtag spoilers, but god damn it, I'm fucking livid right now.
What was that one called? Carbon. Altered Carbon.
Altered Carbon. Yeah.
Altered Carbon. That
I
was
like
so
that
good.
one. Disenchantment was okay.
Apparently that new Sabrina
Ooh, the
show,
Dragon Prince was good.
the Sabrina show
Sabrina
is
show.
apparently supposed to be pretty good.
Oh, the Sabrina show too. Yeah, I really like the Sabrina one.
But yeah, The Ranch,
Sabrina one-
fucking phenomenal. Dylan, if you haven't watched The Ranch yet, you need to. It's fucking good.
It's on my to watch list.
So yeah, I mean, they had to make a way in order for people to want to keep their fucking subscription. I mean, I'll tell you this right now, fucking, if this fucking new part of The Ranch is fucking terrible, I'm gonna be pretty fucking upset, dude. I'll be pretty fucking upset.
Also, Netflix, if you watch this, quit doing live action versions of anime because you do good jobs at it.
Fucking,
Fuck off of them.
I heard the Full Metal Alchemist wasn't that bad. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I heard this. I heard the same one too, and I heard the Bleach one wasn't too terrible, but all the others.
Death
that
Note
they've
was
done-
fucking garbage, dude. Death Note was fucking trash. You know they're doing a part 2, right?
No, why?
Because it was garbage, dude. You gotta throw trash on top of
Because
trash.
it's
man.
garbage, so naturally you gotta do another
Outlaw
one.
King, their newest one that came out not long ago. I've seen that. I've been waiting.
It's
to
called
watch that
a
one.
business strategy, Dylan. You put out something that you know a lot of people are into, right? So let's say they didn't know 100% it was going to be trash, but all they heard was people call it trash. So then you have the ultimate. You have two choices. One, you don't touch it again because it was terrible, and you move on to something else. Or two, you put out season 2 saying that you listen to the fans, and then all the fans will be dumb enough to go look at it again, and you'll get the same amount of retention. Therefore, you'll get the same amount of money, and it could just be trash again. But they won't fall for it a third time. You can't do season 3. You won't be able to do part 3. Only part 2 will work.
Also, their remake of Voltron. I really like that.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't,
my god.
I don't
Like
care.
everything on my Netflix is Netflix originals.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy, and that's what they have to do. That's literally what they have to do in order to stay relevant because everything is leaving. Literally everything is fucking leaving.
And Netflix has enough money to like have big named actors in their Netflix
Oh.
movie.
They have Stranger Things though.
Yeah, Stranger Things, something else that keeps them afloat.
Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yep, I'm fucking.
BoJack
oh,
Horseman.
I don't care about that one. That show's terrible.
Garbage.
Put that on shows that I do. Or put
Nah,
that on
I
one of
like
those shows
that
that I
one.
don't give a fuck about, and BoJack Horseman is really close to the top of that fucking list.
When's the next season come out for Stranger Things?
I do not know. But yeah, I mean they've got good shit. There's no ifs ands about it.
I
They
need-
definitely
I
have
need-
good shit. It's just one of those things where
Stranger Things, yeah.
moving forward, they're gonna have to try to do what they can to fucking stay relevant. That's 100%. But before we get too
They-
fucking far away from it, because we have goddamn ran straight down this fucking rabbit hole. The Avengers trailer, guys, theories.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? What is Captain America's plan? He said if the plan fails, he doesn't know what he will do.
I think his plan is to probably do some kind of like ambush on Thanos, fail, and then Captain Marvel has to come in and whoop Thanos' ass and
So,
save everyone's life.
that's something we should have watched. I haven't watched the fucking new Captain Marvel trailer yet.
Oh, I've seen it.
I heard it's really good. I heard it makes the first one look like shit for sure. Like the first one was terrible. I mean,
I wasn't too big of a fan of the new movie because the first trailer didn't really do it justice. Watched the second trailer, I was like, oh my god, I want to see this movie so bad.
so hopefully it's gonna be good. I still love the first part about the trailer that I thought was fucking hilarious. It's like it goes, it does the whole thing where it's like shows like black screen with fucking white letters, and it's like what it takes to be a hero, and then like the next thing it switches, it shows her just punching this old lady on a train, and it's like, what it takes to be a hero. Fuck you, Grandma. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
That was funny.
A lot of people don't like the humor and like comedy stuff in the new Marvel movie, but I think it's a nice,
I mean,
twist to it because Thor Ragnarok was funny as
Thor was amazing. Thor Ragnarok,
Thor
I loved it,
Ragnarok
and the
was
music.
really good.
it had really good story to it, all that stuff. It had some amazing humor.
It did seem like they were trying to push the comedy in our faces a little. Like it seemed like they're going, it worked for other stuff. Let's do it here. That's what it did feel like a little bit, but they still pulled it off so well that it didn't really matter.
I loved Thor Ragnarok. The only thing I will say that I could have done without is that I felt it had too much of a Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. Even the trailers.
I loved
got
it. I
that.
loved that.
And it's like the Guardians of the Galaxy can be their own thing. I mean, obviously sooner or later they meet up, and that's fine. But let's let the Guardians of the Galaxy be the Guardians of the Galaxy, and we'll let Thor be Thor.
The music was so good, though.
I mean, you say music, but I mean, if you look up the actual soundtrack to Thor, it was the one song that they played literally throughout the entire fucking movie.
I loved it. I don't care.
It's the same
It's a
fucking
good
song.
song.
Yeah,
They
sure,
could've-
absolutely. They could have switched it up a little bit for sure.
Song? I mean, they could have went with different songs from the same band because all their songs are fucking phenomenal.
Well,
no, they just kept with the same song.
This is
and
my
it
theory.
just-
This is my theory on what's gonna happen with fucking Thanos and how they're gonna win.
Just gonna shit on them again.
He's gonna-
Literally.
This right here. I mean, I've read the comics. Dylan's read the comics, so we know how it ends in the comics. Doesn't mean it's gonna end the same way in the movies. We know how it ends in the
Yeah.
comics. But this is how they're going to win. Right here, you heard it first. Right here on Dead Funny. So when it happens in the movies, you know where to go and be like, "Oh my God, Chris was right." They're all going to go for one last fight against Thanos. They're going to find him on his little fucking farm he's got going on. I thought that was funny how he had his like fucking power armor up on his fucking stick like a goddamn scarecrow in the middle of his fucking crops. Apparently Thanos just wanted to be a farmer all of his fucking life. Jesus Christ.
He
Anyways,
just wanted to get rid of all the vermin, half the vermin that's gonna mess up his garden.
so they're going to show up and they're going to fuck his house up. It's going to piss him off. So they're going to get into a fight and they're going to get their ass kicked, right? He's literally about to fucking kill and finish all of them. At first, he's going to be a little, like, hesitant to fight because he's like, oh, I had a purpose. I served my purpose. And be all fucking emo because he killed his own daughter. Whatever. Not even his own daughter, but whatever. He killed Gamora. He's going to be all emo about it for a while. And then they're going to get into a fight where he's going to have to fight or be killed. And then as he's about to land the death blow on Captain America, he's going to get a bullet through his fucking eyeball, and it's going to be Deadpool. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to hear, bang, 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 bang. Fucking Deadpool. Ease, dude.
Pineapple grenade.
Ease, dude. Ease. But, anyways.
I knew that was happening too. I knew it. I tried so hard to keep from laughing that whole fucking like.
I've started to do this recently. I don't know if you've noticed it on it's mainly been on episodes you haven't been on, Dylan. But I've started to do this recently. I'm trying to see how long I keep it going, and it's been very successful against Bree and Kelsey in particular, where like I go into this long ass explanation just to bring it back around as something. Like we did a review show about the Witcher series coming to Netflix, and like I spent the entire first part of the review show talking about Gwent, and they're all like, "Oh my God, Gwent's so stupid, Gwent's so stupid." So I was like, "Look." And this is like way later on in the fucking thing. We're talking about the Netflix series. I was like, well, we got to think about it seriously. Like, let's say they do one season. It's probably going to be 10 episodes. Most of the Netflix series are 10 episodes. They're going to be like fucking 55 minutes apiece. So 55 minutes apiece. We got a whole fucking 10 episodes. We get the first 2 episodes are gonna probably be nothing but like actual like introduction story, get you immersed into Gerald and all that. Then episodes 3 through 10, just him sitting there playing Gwent all day. I'll fucking watch it. And they're like, oh my god, he brought it back to fucking Gwent. I was like, this long ass explanation, dude. It's great, dude. It's great.
Fuck Gwent.
I knew you were.
Gwent's
Like I was
amazing.
saying, I knew you were gonna do something with Deadpool.
Gwent's amazing.
Tried my best not to laugh. I'm sorry if I gave it away.
I really fucking hope that it's true though about the whole fucking Deadpool and the X-Men showing up in the end credit scene. That would be fucking phenomenal. And the Fantastic Four, sure, why not? Throw them a bone, even though they've been fucking terrible. But throw them a bone.
Who are the Fantastic Four again?
Yeah, I know, right? They've been white from fucking comic book movie history at this fucking point. Actually, DC. Or, I'm sorry, DC. Disney has a chance to fucking revamp them because they own them now.
Oh, yeah.
So
And
we
Disney's
could get
been
a good.
doing
I mean, we
hell of
could get a good
job.
Fantastic Four, dude. That would be
dude.
good. That would be
I've
so
never,
good.
When I first heard Disney was like buying out the Marvel industry and stuff, I thought they were gonna do a good job, but they've been doing pretty damn good.
I mean, there was a lot of people that was worried about it, and the same
And
thing happened when they bought out
I'm a
Fox
Dis-
too.
I'm a Disney fan, so now
They make the
I'm
best
at the-
movies, probably.
I'm at the point Disney needs to buy out every company that's ever done any type of superhero style movie and just do it themselves because they do a damn better job.
Dude,
than
you
most
They
know
they
what
of
we
know
them.
the
need?
formula. They know the formula to making a good movie. There's no way they don't.
You want to talk about Disney doing a movie? Disney needs to buy one property in particular, and redo this fucking movie. First off, I don't know if you know this, Dylan, but we're getting a fucking a Spawn redo.
Yeah.
Yep, Jamie
I'm
Foxx.
pissed off they're not. Yeah, I'm not saying Jamie Foxx is gonna do a bad job, but
I
I
think
think
Jamie
they
Foxx
should
will
have
be
got
great.
Michael J. White. To come
Fuck
back and
that.
do it.
No, God, no, dude. Fuck no. Absolutely not. He played Spawn. He did a great fucking job. Let's let somebody else have it. He played Spawn a very
Yeah.
fucking long time ago, dude. Let's let somebody
Yeah,
else
I
have
know,
it.
that's
Jamie
why I'm
Foxx is
not
gonna be
that
fucking
worried about it.
phenomenal, dude.
I'm not saying Jamie Foxx is gonna do bad. I'm just saying me personally, because I'm a big Michael J. White fan. You know this.
And that's fair.
I think he would do a good job as well, even though he's a lot older.
First off,
I
Spawn.
think he would do a good.
Well, you gotta think about it this way. It's gonna be good because Todd McFarlane's directing it. So at least we have Todd McFarlane directing it. That's great. He's writing the script and he's directing it. And for those of you who don't know, and Bree as well, Todd McFarlane is who created Spawn, and he wrote the comics. So for him being the writer and the director of the movie, it's gonna be fucking fantastic. What
I
we
think-
need a remake of, Dylan. What we need a fucking remake of. They need to buy one property, because it is an injustice to all of us superhero fans and all of us superhero movie fans. Because this movie came out way ahead of its time, and if it came out in this day and age when superhero movies are on the fucking rise, it would be a fucking block-busting juggernaut. It would fucking... People would buy every fucking ticket in the goddamn world midnight release. And that movie is The Watchmen. We need The Watchmen again.
Yeah.
Even back when it first came out, The Watchmen was still.
It still holds up to
It
this
still-
day.
It still is. It's
The
so
fucking
good.
graphics are fucking phenomenal still to this day, dude.
Mr. Manhattan. They did so well with the CGI regarding Mr. Manhattan and like how he was.
I mean,
Yeah,
got
did
to
you like
see
his wee wee?
his
dark
dick and
stuff.
balls,
That's
dude.
what you like.
Dick and balls,
Yeah.
man.
You liked his wee
homo-
wee.
No homo whatsoever, but they did a really good job at everything.
Dick all
Thank
out,
you,
man.
Dylan.
Freaking
Thank
Owl
you,
Man.
Dylan.
Owlman, what's his fucking name? The one that gets thrown out the window at the beginning of the movie. Can't remember his name.
Oh, you're talking about the comedian?
Yeah, the one with the smiley face.
That's the comedian.
Yeah. Fucking, he did really good. Owlman, I mean, when I saw Owlman,
You
punch
know
the
who
elbow,
the comedian is, right? He fucking also played I can't believe I can't think of his fucking name. Fucking goddamn Batman's dad, dude. Martha Wayne and fucking
Thomas Wayne.
Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne. Yes, Thomas Wayne. He played fucking Thomas Wayne. Which is
Yeah,
funny
yeah, I'm glad
because
I
there's a
was-
series of events. There's a series of events. It was he played the comedian, then he played Thomas Wayne as far as Batman's dad, and then he played
Yeah.
Negan on The Walking Dead. Then you have the chick that everybody loved on The Walking Dead, the one that was married to Glenn or whatever.
No,
She
dude.
also, and he killed Glenn. She also played Martha Wayne as Batman's dad. So they were married to each other in a movie, and then went on to him killing her husband in
you're
a
talking
TV
about
show.
Maggie. Maggie?
Yes, Maggie. So Maggie and Negan were married to each other as Martha and Thomas Wayne in a movie, and then went into a TV show where she was with another guy and he killed that guy. It's fucking hilarious.
I can't believe he killed them. Oh my
Alright,
god.
so
No one gives a fuck. No one
favorite-
gives a fuck about that terrible
favorite
show.
Watch character.
Rorschach.
Oh, damn it, Coop! I knew you were gonna say Rorschach. I was gonna say
Rorschach.
Rorschach.
I mean, we can all
Rorschach.
say that because I like him too.
Rorschach was easily the best character in that fucking show, or in that movie. Easily, dude.
He is literally a Batman in a fucking trench coat.
He was great, dude.
Did you say a fat man?
He said Batman.
Oh,
Batman. In a
I
trench
was
coat.
like,
He's a
fat man
vigilante.
in a fucking
mask.
trench suit. Like, what does that mean?
I want his mask
He's a vigilante.
so bad.
You can
and
buy
I
that
wish it was
costume.
like,
They won't move, but you can definitely buy the costume.
oh, I want the mask to move though. That's the whole point. The ink spread, the ink,
Dylan.
whatever they're called.
I've,
Shut up, Bria. I know
I've said this before. I've said this
I'm
before.
excited.
I said this before. We're getting close to wrapping up here. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. And this is how we will end it. The best scene in that movie is whenever he's talking about his first case, and he's going after that fucking
I agree.
child predator, and he ends up
Oh,
finding him,
yeah.
and he gets in his house, and like he's fucking looking at the knives and shit, and he walks over to the furnace, and he sees the child's fucking underwear in the furnace as the dude's trying to burn her clothes to fucking hide the evidence, and then he looks outside and he sees the dogs just chewing on her fucking leftover body parts, and then the dude comes home. And Rorschach throws him up against the furnace, starts beating the shit out of him, and the dude's like, "Please stop! Please stop! I'm a human. I have rights. I'm a man. I have rights. Take me to jail." And then Rorschach just grabs the fucking meat cleaver, and he is fucking shaking because he is so fucking mad. Like, they played the emotion so fucking well at this part, dude. Oh, Rorschach in general's emotion was great. Because there's another scene, but I'll get that in a second. There's another scene where his emotion comes into play, and it's so fucking phenomenal. But he just has a cleaver, and he's just fucking hands just shaking, and he goes, he says, "Men go to jail. You're an animal. Animals get put down," and just brings that cleaver down, splits that motherfucker's skull in two. I was like, oh my god, dude, that was so good. But the other part where his emotion goes in is when he dies. Because like everything he thought was just basically thrown out as lies. He can't trust anybody. His whole fucking team that he lived and died for, like everything has changed. And then like he's standing there in front of Mr. Manhattan, he's just like, "Fucking kill me! Do it now!" And he's just screaming at him and just shaking and fucking crying, and fucking finally fucking kills him. I was so mad because Rorschach died, but it was so emotional, dude. Like, oh my god, he's so good. God,
Yeah.
I wish we had got him as Cletus Cassidy for fucking Carnage. Like, fuck, we needed him as Cletus Cassidy. I'm not gonna say anything because fucking Woody Harrelson, I think that's his name. I don't know what he's gonna do yet. And he is a good actor. I liked him in Zombieland and a couple other things he's been in. So I'm kind of, I still think Homeboy would have done better, but it is what it is. But anyways, perfect way to end the podcast. So we're gonna wrap it up here. If you enjoyed this content, please make sure you like and subscribe. Also, make sure you turn on those notifications so you get notified every time we release a new video. On top of all that, make sure you jump in the comments below. Let us know what your favorite Marvel or DC movie is.
What are you
Let us
doing, Dylan?
know what property you would like for get that shit out here. Let us know what property you would like Disney to buy so that way they can remake. Let us know if it's The Watchmen, and if it was, let us know who your favorite Watchmen was, as we talked about that as well. Also, make sure you hit us up on those Twitter links for a more direct form of communication, and don't forget the Twitches that are down there as well. All three of us stream, so come check us out. At the end of all that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time.